Hey everybody, Sean Dotson with The Flip Side. It's June 2nd, 2018, and this is your Weekend Update. Hey everybody, I just got done with the live broadcast. It was a lot of fun tonight. And unfortunately, my son got up and we had some fun with him for a little bit. So it's taken me a little bit longer getting the weekend update prepped here. So let's get right to it, folks. I want to start off, obviously, with the Gypsy's Kiss. This week, they started right off with talking about the fire restrictions that were coming out the 1st of June in the Santa Fe, New Mexico forest. And I've got some personal experience with this. I was up in Durango on my job this week, and we had a fire right there in Durango. So I can tell you guys that, man, the fire bans and everything here in northern New Mexico and southern Colorado are definitely on. There's no campfires. It's going to shut down a lot of some of the national forests, and it's possibly definitely going to affect the search season this year in this area. But also this week, a Gypsy's Kiss had a video about the treasure isn't about Forrest Fenn anymore. And this was about a 2-hour video about them talking about the transition of, the treasure being all about Forrest to now being about us searchers. And they're also doing now kind of a video series about it's all about you. And they're posing people that want to, put a video together to send to them. They've given them a page full of questions to answer. So you might go take a look at that video, and if you're wanting to do that, I think that's definitely interesting. It's kind of reminiscent of Mysterious Writing 6 Questions, but in a video series. So definitely something interesting and to get your name out there in the search community. They also did the book club this week about Lewis and Clark chapter, one of the most popular chapters in the Thrill of the Chase. Definitely a good video on that, and I would recommend to go watch that. But unfortunately, they did have some technical difficulties this week with having the bear safety video. But it looks like it's been pushed to next week, and hopefully we can get that out there because there's a lot of searchers that are concerned about bears in their search area. And it's definitely a video I think we should all watch. Now, moving on to Mike Cowlazars. He actually started his video log number 87 this week, which was about Forrest Fenn's warm waters. So he's kind of made the transition from doing his treasure hunts to and then away from a little bit on the coins that he's been doing, and he put out another video. It's got a lot of attention, and the views are already up. So definitely a good video to go watch on Mike's interpretation of warm waters. And then he did video log number 88, which now he talks again about the 1-2-3 auction. If you're not familiar with that, go look at that. It's his update. He's gotten his books back, and he's put them on eBay. And the last I looked, I think that auction was over $1,700. So it's definitely caught a lot of traction and well-deserved for both Sasha and Mike. They put a lot of effort in there, and I'm glad to see that they're reaping some of the benefits of that. Now, moving over to Dal Neitzel's site, or should it be Dale Neitzel's site, he finished up his Personality Galore hat contest. I think we ended up with like 6 pages of different hats that were out there. There were some great entries. But what's nice is Dal has been kind of secretive about who is going to be the judges, but he's made it to where us, the forum members, could actually be the judges. So you need to go to email Dal, and his email is Dal, which is DAL, at lumifilm.com, which is spelled LUMMIFILM.com. And if you send him and tell him what entry you think is best, and that's how he's collecting the votes. I didn't catch when that voting ended. I'm sure there is an end to it, and somebody could probably post that in the video to tell us when that ends. Over at Thor, or the Hint of Riches forum, they did end the wanted poster contest, and the winner was Pink. Congratulations to you, and you can go over to the Hint of Riches and look at that thread and see what the winner was and the other entries. So again, congratulations to the winner, Pink. Now moving on to the Fenntubers, I like to call, and I'm going to start off with Rodney Greenway. Rodney Greenway put out a new video this week titled, "You Said How Many Are Looking?" And it was about Rodney's interpretation of actually how many searchers are really out there searching, kind of on the advid numbers and that. Kind of an interesting video, and I like listening to Rodney. I think he's a pretty smart guy. Now also, Men Are So Smart put out a new episode, number 251, about the Forrest Fenn clues. Again, my Bert and Ernie are going out there, and they're definitely joining into the search community. So definitely go out there and give those guys a shout out, say hi, and give them some likes and a subscribe. Now our friend RF Heckley, or otherwise known as Susan, has put out several new videos this week, and she's posted them. You might go check out her videos. And also Man in the Barn, Brian has put out vlog number 11 titled A Good Map. And now, Brian, just to clear things up, I was never taking what you said in your rant as an offense. I thought it was great. I think more people should go on some rants and put stuff out there. It's good to air it out. So between you and I never took any offense to what you said. I thought it was a great video, well done, and I enjoyed it. So keep doing it. You're doing a great job. Next is the Odious Soul, Shannon. She did a couple of videos this week, a great one on the little girl from India, a very popular topic. She did a good job of giving her interpretations of the little girl in India. Definitely go out and check that one out. Another great video that she put together was the 17 helpful websites. I really didn't realize that was that many until I went in there and watched her video. She did a good job of showing all the different websites that are out there for Forrest Fenn treasure hunt information. Great job to Shannon. Keep up the good work. And she also did a video on Google tips. She's very good at doing searches and doing researching, probably one of the top researchers out there. And I definitely think you should go check out that video on her Google tips. Great job, Shannon. Keep it up. Next is Fenn treasure hunter, Jason Dent. He did a few more videos this week, and he actually were some live shows. I think he does a great job with that. I definitely have learned some appreciation of those that put in the effort for the live shows this evening. Jason, I did talk to you offline. We talked about possibly doing a kind of a vertical promotion video that if you did a video, a few days prior to you doing your live show, it might preempt people to let you know you're doing it. That way they can, set aside a beer or some cookies or whatever and get ready for your show. So I know we talked about that, but keep up the great work, Jason, and I look forward to watching your videos. And if you haven't watched yours and you haven't subscribed to Jason, I definitely suggest you go check him out. Next, I want to move to It Is What It Is Productions, which is also known Eric Johnson, I believe it is. He had a video series on his search in Dinosaur National Park up in the Brown Canyon, the Browns Park area. And I suggest you go check out his. It's right around the Steamboat Rock. He did some great, beautiful scenery in that area in his videos. I highly suggest you go check him out. He's got a really cool kind of sense of humor if you get him, and I like watching his videos. Great job, Eric, and keep it up. Now, we've also had a couple of... one other I want to talk about, obviously, was Why Must I Go? Why Must I Go did a second update video to his stanza 2 video or diagramming of the grammar of the poem. I think he did a great job of that, obviously, me being a grammar guy. And then he also has done one today about diagramming number 3. So, and if you really want a glimpse into how a poem purist thinks, and what is their foundation to looking at this whole endeavor, I definitely suggest you go check out Why Must I Go's videos. He does a great job. Although I don't think he really claims himself to be a poem purist, but he does a good job of really diagramming the grammar of the poem, and I'll definitely give him some props. Now, moving on to, there was a couple of new Fenntubers that I noticed this week. One of them is Joel Lewicki. A lot of you will probably recognize that name from A Gypsy's Kiss. He has been a moderator over there for quite some time, does a wonderful job over there. But he did an intro video, and he just recently did another video this evening. So he's got 2 videos out there. I highly suggest you go check out Joel. He's very well spoken, and he articulates himself very well. And I look forward to watching your videos, Joel. Keep it up. And another one was a gentleman by the name of, or he goes by the YouTube name of Ad Fenturer, and it's a very unique way or a unique name there, and I think he was was a little apprehensive in that name. I like the name. I think it's a great play on it. Don't change it. You did a good job in coming of it. But he's put out a few videos. Some he's kind of deleted. I don't know for what reason, but he's put a video out called Connecting the Dots, one about the blaze, and another about search ideas. He does a pretty good job of talking about and giving his impression of the treasure hunt, and I highly suggest you go check him out and also subscribe to his videos. So now I kind of want to wrap this up and give you all my opinion piece. And that is about something that came out over at Harry's Place this week, and it was a thread by M. Davis 19 titled "The Cultural Divide of the Chase." And in this thread, M. Davis, kind of put searchers in about 7 different buckets, from those that consider themselves poem purists to those who can consider themselves people that, try to profitize or profit off of the chase. And it was an interesting take, and he admits that some people can fit in 2 or more different of these so-called buckets. But it kind of reminded me of, my 6 questions with Jenny Kyle, in which I said we all kind of, find ourselves or place ourselves into our own little cozy bubbles of this chase, and we never really allow people in with difference of opinion, or those that do have a difference of opinion on how to solve this thing. We try to label or marginalize those people. Not everybody, but there's some people that do, and I just don't see that as a good way about going about doing things. I understand what Davis was saying and how he did that, and I highly suggest you go over there and read his thread. I think it's a pretty good synopsis. M. Davis is a pretty smart guy, and I think some people would probably say differently. People like M. Davis and Larsenist and Harry Full and Presby and the others are people that I followed over to Harry's Place from Chase Chat, because I knew those were the kind of people that were not going to blow smoke up my skirt, so to speak. They were going to tell it to me like it is, and that helped keep me grounded in my search and my theories, because it was good to bounce things off of people. And if your skin isn't thick enough to handle some criticism, well, then maybe this isn't for you. But I think M. Davis did a good job of kind of explaining how some people fit into different different categories in this chase. I may not necessarily wholeheartedly agree with it, but it's something definitely worthwhile checking out. But I like to think that as we all tend to be in our warm, cozy bubbles of those like-minded people, if you continue to do that in this chase or even in life, you never really learn or expand your mind any. If you can't have somewhat back and forth debate with people, and debate really is just for people to pose their different opinions. It doesn't mean that one person's ever going to win a debate. Some people want to go out there and debate just to win a debate and never come to any kind of happy medium or agreement. I mean, our politicians could do a great job of somewhat meeting in the middle somewhere on issues. And I think we too, as a community, as a search community, could benefit as well from just, either agreeing to disagree or finding a happy medium somewhere along there. I mean, there's no sense in debating anything in this chase. I mean, there's no winner in this debate until someone really finds this treasure and proves what the correct solve was, where it was found. So anyone trying to prove they are right or wrong is just spinning their wheels, because we can't until this thing is found, in my opinion. And I know I'm rambling on here, but again, I think you ought to go check out over on Harry's Place and check out M. Davis's thread. I think he did a good job of explaining his thought process. Whether you agree with it or not, I think it's something worthwhile to reading. So that's my opinion for this week. This is your weekend update. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we will catch you all on the flip side.